You're listening to Frame Perfect Input.
Now live.
Hey, what's up? Frame Perfect Input. You're listening to it. This is Mist, as your host. And I'm gonna get quickly into this because, sports games. I have talked about sports games before, on this podcast through the earlier episodes. How early? Well, I'm not entirely sure, actually, how early I did these. I think maybe the second episode. So the games I've talked about when it comes to sports games is Fight Night. I've talked about Fight Night. I've talked about Undisputed in the exact same episode. And I've talked about... Have I talked about FIFA before? I think I have. Maybe not, actually. Maybe I'm misremembering. But that is the topic today. I am talking about FIFA, which is no longer called FIFA, it is called FC. Literally just football club. And like I've said in a episode kind of recently, fuck you, EA. FC? Really? Football club? You couldn't have thought of anything else, but to be completely honest with you, they didn't think about FIFA either, because that is an organization that they had a copyright to, and no longer have a copyright to, ever since FIFA 23. I think. But I have a love-hate relationship with FIFA. I've had it for as long as I've been able to play games on the PlayStation 2, because I did not have any sports games on the PlayStation 1, unless you consider racing to be sports, which I guess you would, because I know I would. So, well, it's arcadey. Let's say it doesn't count. PS2. I've been playing sports games for a while, especially on the PS2. I've played rugby games, I've played football games, I've played basketball games. My favorite basketball game during the PS2 era, and, well, maybe not of all time, but definitely up there. In NBA Live 2005. The reason I remember the name and say it like that is because of the intro song, which, if you have not heard, if you did not grow up with basketball games or NBA games or anything on the sort, NBA Street or anything like that, if you're not in that loop, then you probably have never heard the song. But you should go check out the soundtrack for NBA Live 05, because it's good. It's a good one. There's probably much better ones, but I did grow up with 05, so I'm kind of biased with the fact that I like 05 a lot more than other ones. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite basketball games of all time. So, alongside like 2K14, 2K16, the likes of those. Anyways, I'm sidetracking myself. I'm talking about other stuff. Football games. PS2 era, for football games, I played FIFA 05, I played FIFA 06, and in FIFA 06, you can play, I believe, FIFA 97 or FIFA 90. Oh, no. FIFA 94? 95? Something like that. It's an old FIFA. It's like a top-down-ish kind of FIFA. How would you... It's from behind the goal on one of the corner posts and kind of like skewed. It's a skewed look. It's very old school, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I played that because you have that available in FIFA 06. I've played, going outside of the PS2 era and going into the PS3 to PS4 era, I played FIFA 14, I played FIFA 15 a little bit, I played FIFA 18, a little bit of that as well, FIFA 20, 21, yeah, FIFA 20, 21, 22, 23, and then skip 24 to do FC 25, which I believe I've stated on this podcast, but I absolutely hate FC 25. I cannot... Oh my god, I hate that game. Thankfully, it's not in my Steam library, it's in my brother's. So, none of my money was used for that piece of shit game. But yeah, I do not like that game. And then we go into FC 26, which isn't that much better, of course, because it's a modern EA. But I still find that to be a much better experience. But before I get into that, let me just say that my favorite FIFAs, I play FIFA 6 a lot. I played that a lot, mainly due to the fact that I couldn't get a PS3 or a PS4. I was stuck with a PS2. FIFA 6 and 05 were the games that I played a lot of when it comes to sports games. And 06 was the football game for me for a long time until I was able to play FIFA 14 on my laptop through sailing the seas, my friend. But that's a different story. 06 I know very well. The one thing I don't know very well from memory is the fact that I don't understand how the currency works, because I think this is a me problem. I think this is a skill issue, but I would always run out of money, and I think there's some sponsor thing that I'm doing wrong. I'm not meeting objectives. I just suck at the game. But yeah, there's that. And there's also the negative memory of me spending all of my money on John Terry and then hating him for no reason. So there's that. But yeah, FIFA 6, I absolutely adore that game, and I would gladly go back to that game now. It definitely would feel very weird after playing a bunch of other FIFAs. But yeah, 06 is a great game. And it's one of the few FIFA games where I know the entire soundtrack. If you played a single song from that soundtrack, you didn't tell me it was from a FIFA game, a sports game, a video game at all, you just played it, I would immediately put that in the group of FIFA 6. I'll immediately be like, oh, that's from FIFA 6, isn't it? Even if you don't know what the heck that is, I would still put it to that. So yeah, a lot of songs from FIFA 6 I still listen to now. And did you know that some of those songs actually exist in Rugby 05? Rugby 05. You probably wouldn't know that because rugby games weren't very, popular or widespread. But Rugby 05, I'm pretty sure it's 05, has a few songs that came from that, and also a few songs that came from Burnout. So I know that EA was really cheap with their musical choices. They would buy the copyright and chuck it onto a bunch of games during that year, or within 2 years, or something of the sort. Anyways, let's talk about the big thing I hate about FIFA right now. I mean, I've hated it for a while. I've hated EA for a while. Let me get that straight. I think this is kind of well known here, but I do not like EA. I really don't like EA. They have very predatory transactions, microtransactions, and it's been well known that they've had very predatory transactions. All the way, dating all the way back to, heck, I was watching KSI. Oh man, KSI back in the day. When he was KSI or LGBT, and he also had his other channel, which was it KSI or LGBT HD? Something like that. You can tell, if you know that stuff, you can tell I've watched him for a while, and now he's in hot waters and all that, so that's a bit of a problem. But EA's been pretty shitty for a long time. Their microtransactions have been horrible, and the games at some point just started really degrading, getting really bad. It was year by year by year. It was just like, oh no, the game's just getting worse. A lot of people will say FIFA 17 was the last good FIFA game. FIFA 18 was the last good FIFA game. It's roughly around that area that people say those were the last good ones. And then you move on to every future one, after that, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 is being spoon-fed info to us. So there's that. So yeah, I guess that's the little bit of catch-up there. But I've been playing... Let me go to the topic of this whole thing. I've been playing FC 26 for hours in recent time. I've checked, and I've clocked in maybe 130 hours, which isn't like a lot when you think about gamers in general, actual people who play games and sit in their rooms and just play only that game. This isn't a lot, but to me, it's a lot within a short amount of time, and it's already clocking in almost half of what I've put in to Wuthering Waves, which I have played 2 years of, ever since the game launched. So that's scary, that's surprising, especially since I've owned FC26 for not even half a year by this point. But that's not the problem here. The problem is the fact that, well, there's a lot of shit that I just don't like. It just, at some point, the defense in FIFA games, in this case FC games, is horrible. At some point, they decided to change how defense worked, and now it just sucks. I'd like to think it was when they changed how the game actually worked in terms of the physics, the way that characters run, the animations. Because I still have memories of FIFA 23 still feeling like the FIFA that I knew and loved to an extent when it comes to career mode. I don't play Ultimate Team, by the way. I don't play that. Because I know how bad that is for metas, for just raging, and for the fact that everything is microtransactions and it costs a lot of fucking money. So I know about that, and I don't play Ultimate Team as a result. But talking about just general gameplay mechanics and the like, it's changed dramatically. Because if you played FC25, FC25 has such horrendous movement for me. I don't know. It's I've talked about this before, I think. Maybe. I know I've talked about this on the radio show that I had during my time at university. It was Static 88.1, which was very fun, by the way. If you saw the previous video, I had a sticker from Static 88.1 on my pod mic, which is pretty cool. But anyways, I digress. The animations, they changed it, and that fucking sucked. Everyone feels sluggish. Everyone feels slow. It took away the arcadey element that the game had that made it great to play. Passing felt horrible, to me anyways. You couldn't do the snappy 1-2s, you couldn't do tiki-takas very good at all. It just felt very bad. And there was also the fact, the biggest problem I had with FC25. The defense. And the defense is something that a lot of people in the community have been talking about for years now. So at some point, they just destroyed the defense. Your defense is just automatically horrible now. And they've chucked in a bunch of different buttons you can press. Oh, you can do R1 to have someone, to have AI defense. You can double tap and hold R1 to have some type of double team. But it just doesn't feel right at all. They're not self-sufficient anymore. They don't do their own thing. They're not smart enough. This is kind of like AI. There's a reason why there's a difference between CPU and AI in my mind, because back in the day, defense was defense. The defense would actually defend for you. In 23, again, this is from memories, some distant memories at this point, but back in that game, the defense would actually defend for you. If the ball was right there, the attacker was trying to run through them, they would actually take the ball from them, like a normal person would in a football match to defend. But in 25 and 26, as a result, for some fucking reason, defense sucks because they don't do that. And sometimes, even more so in 26 from what I'm noticing, maybe because I didn't play too much of 25, but the defense will actually run away from the attacker. I guess it's supposed to be something like containing them and just mirroring them, jockeying them. It doesn't really look like it though. It just looks like they're running away. And if you play any of the practice drills where there's at least another person with you that you can pass to. Maybe it's like you're passing to the other person going in to shoot a goal or something like that for your practice drill. There is a huge problem, which is if you're not controlling the other guy, that guy is running away. He's gonna run to the other side of the fucking field. And I don't understand why that is. How do you do this? How do you code it to the point where the AI becomes so dumb? They're so stupid. I don't get how you can do this. Surely there's something you can do about it, but apparently there's not, because the game just keeps getting worse. And I don't know if you should really blame the developers. I guess so. The developers, the coders, that's what I mean. I don't know if you can really blame them for it, because this is like a yearly thing. They're tasked to make a brand new game every single year. I say brand new, but all of them are just, FIFA, and then you put a new number on it, and maybe change some of the overalls and add some people. That's about it. But, man, I just don't get it. Also, you may have heard a sound there. It actually scared me because I was ranting, and then I heard it out outside of my yelling. But anyways, FIFA has been pissing me off recently, but that's mainly par for the course. It's been doing that my entire life. Every single time you play FIFA, you are pretty much signing up for the experience of hell. It's like a roller coaster experience in a sense. There's the calm before the storm, and then the calm again. You get happiness, you get sadness, because FIFA will do 90-minute cheeses on you, which for some reason still exists, I guess. They will just make sure the ball will always land in the feet of your opponent, but never yours. The goalkeepers can sometimes be stupid. There's so many things I can rant on about, and I'm just not going to do it. I think I'm going to leave it there. I can see here, I've been talking for about 17 minutes, and let me tell you this. I can rant about this for maybe an hour, but I don't want to, because it's better for my health. And it's also better for my brain, because I might cook my brain simply by talking about FIFA. So I'm going to end it there. Now, regarding the video stuff, I'm either going to put up a placeholder footage video, whatever the heck, here, or I'm not. I honestly am probably not going to do it. This is probably going to be the audio only, and then the next one that comes out will be the footage version, the video version. So, there you go. That's it from me. I'm gonna clock out here. That's it. I'm gonna go and get depressed again from FIFA. Alright, that's it.